Serie A is back after the Champions League. We saw AC Milan beating Empoli 3-0. Now we got a couple of important matches for the relegation zone, also for the Europa League, Champions League. We got tomorrow we got Torino, Atalanta. I feel like this game is interesting because Atalanta is a team that performs really well when they play at home, but away they've give up some points, and Torino is a tough team to play in Turin. So I feel like this game could end up with a draw. I don't think Atalanta is gonna win. Frosinone and Roma, I didn't like the way Roma played against Bologna on Monday. I felt like they were lucky to win that game. Bologna could have scored 2 or 3 more goals, but Roma was able to beat Bologna 2-1 with a goal from Fazio and one from Manolas. I'm not sure, but I know it was 2 defenders. Also, it's kind of a derby because Frosinone and Roma, they're close to each other. But I still think Roma that is gonna pull this one away. Not an easy win though. I feel like Roma could win 2-0 or 2-1. Let's go on Sunday matchups. We have Sampdoria Cagliari. Cagliari is coming off a nice win against Parma 2-0 with 2 goals from Pavoletti. But I think Sampdoria is gonna win this one and Cagliari is gonna score on this one. And I feel like it's gonna be like a 3-1 for Sampdoria. Bologna Juventus. What a big disappointment from Juventus. I know many Juventus supporters that they were shocked to see Juventus not only losing against Atletico, but pretty much not even trying to play against Atletico. Atletico could have scored 2 more goals and nobody would have been shocked because they deserved to win with at least 2 goals. But short week for them. I think they're gonna play with much anger inside of them, so they're gonna really fight. Even though Bologna is they're in a good momentum with Mialovic with their coach, I feel like Juventus is gonna win this one by 2 goals or even 3. Juventus is gonna pull this one away. Sassuolo Spal, important game for the relegation zone. I think Spal is gonna win this one because Sassuolo, they're not in a good momentum. I don't like the way they're playing. Spal actually they won last week. Spal lost against Fiorentina in a game that they should have won because there were controversy with the VAR. But for me, this is gonna be their draw or a victory for Spal. Then let's go to the least interesting game in Serie A week, which is Chievo against Genoa. Chievo pretty much is done over. It's going to be really hard for them to keep up with the other teams and to recover all the points that they were down early on the year. Genoa, they're having kind of a quiet season, even though they should be able to finish around the top 10. For me, this game is either gonna be a draw or win for Genoa with a small margin, like 1 goal margin. Then let's go to Parma Calcio against Napoli. This game is interesting because I like the way Parma plays and I like the way Napoli play. Parma is coming off a bad loss against Cagliari, but they're playing at home. I like Gervinho, I like their counter-attack style. Napoli, you cannot say anything about Napoli. I mean, those guys, they play by memory. I feel like this is gonna be a nice game. I feel like there are gonna be lots of goals scored in this game. For me, this game is gonna end up with like a 4-2 win for Napoli. And then let's go to the most important and biggest match for this weekend in Serie A, and it's Fiorentina against Inter Milan. Game is going to be played in Florence, and lots of controversy going on right now in Inter Milan with Icardi. Icardi wants a new contract. There are rumors that he wants to leave Inter Milan. Also Spalletti he convoked Icardi for last week game, but Icardi didn't want to come with Inter Milan and to play with Inter Milan for that week. But since the time Icardi hasn't played for Inter Milan have got 3 wins. But for me, this week is gonna be tough because Fiorentina at home is always a tough opponent to face, and also even though they're not top of the league, if I'm correct, they're like 8th overall or 9th overall. They actually play good football, and I think this game is gonna end up with a draw, like a 1-1, 2-2 kind of draw. And lastly, remember Lazio Udinese, who was supposed to be played on Monday, is actually postponed for the Six Nations. Let me know what are your predictions for this week, and we'll see you guys for the reaction on Monday or Tuesday after all those games are played. Leave a comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you guys.